Hello, David Zaritsky for the Bond Experience. Welcome back. We are joined by none other than Matt Spaiser. Matt, welcome back to the show.
Thanks for having me again, David.
Oh my gosh, thank you for being here. You know, Matt, I've always said that you have the tedious inevitability of showing up like an unwanted season.
I thought there were no seasons in space.
Oh my gosh, he knew exactly where that was from. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. All right. Well, clearly you're not unwanted. I needed to bring you here. And by the way, I couldn't just have you any place. We couldn't go to Burger King. We've been thrown out. Or the Four Seasons, same. We needed to surround ourselves with sartorial aspects. What other better place than Turnbull and Asser?
Yeah, I think it's one of the best shops in New York. I mean, I think it's the best Bond shop in New York.
I agree with you. I think it's one of the best shops here. They've been so kind, and they said, you know what, for a little bit, until we kick you out, they're going to give us our environment to play in.
Yeah, I'm really happy to be here.
Great. Well, okay. So I brought you here to pick your brain because you've seen, I'm sure, a lot of the reviews on some of the clothing that I've been doing. I'm going to be doing more. Nothing can stop us. But I wanted to really pick your brain about No Time to Die because there seems to be a theory floating out there, and I wanted to pick your brain on the theory. And the theory is that this time around, the costume designer, maybe even Daniel Craig, they started to loosen the fit a little bit. It's not painted on like some of the other films.
Yeah, it's not quite as painted on, as shrunken as it was before. It's still a very close fit.
Okay.
It's not a loose fit. It's not a full fit. I mean, I think maybe people have gotten so used to seeing Daniel Craig in the suits that were really too small for him that now when they see something that fits a little better, they might think it's a little big. But no, this is a very fitted suit. This is pretty much as fitted as a suit should be.
I agree. And well, okay, so let's talk about the different fashions. Now, I sent you something. I wanted to kind of go through it. So pull it up. It's like a gift. He didn't even open it yet, but now he's going to open it. We're going to go through it. And at the same time, we are going to project these pictures. So, Matt, I wanted to kind of go through this document that I sent him, and I want your opinion. Doesn't need to be long, but I want your opinion. Is it pulled up? Okay,
Yeah,
great. So we are going to start with the suit. So of course, this particular suit is London suit, the Prince of Wales check. Tom Ford, what did you think of this?
I think it's a great classic Bond look. It's great to see. I mean, Daniel Craig is always, I mean, his Bond in three of the films before, he had already been wearing these Prince of Wales Glencheck suits.
Right.
So I think it's a look that goes back to Dr. No. It's a look that Connery wore in four of his Bond films. So I think it's a great look for Bond to be wearing again. So the fit. Now from this photo, we're seeing the suit in action. He's moving.
Right.
So it's really, really hard to judge a suit from just from this still image. It's really actually hard to judge a suit from almost any still image from the way it fits. So he looks like he's comfortable.
That's important.
He didn't look this comfortable in Skyfall, for instance, when his suits were really tight.
Yes.
He couldn't move as well. He didn't have that Connery type of swagger.
Right.
Because the suits were constricting him a little. I mean, some people might disagree with that, but I do think that having a suit that he can move with a little better, I think it helps him move better, and he just looks more at ease.
Movement is everything, and so now that we have you on record, I can finally ask you your opinion on the tie bar. Yes, no, maybe?
I don't hate it. It's probably I don't think
I
don't think of it as a classic Bond style.
Okay.
He did Connery wore some in Goldfinger, but they're worn in a hidden way. You can't really see it, but they are there. I think they were there just to keep the tie in place and not for the style. So this is really the first time we're seeing James Bond with the tie bar, tie clip, as a style. And it is like a 60s thing.
Yeah.
People were really into the tie bars in the 60s. So it's nice that they're bringing that old kind of look back. But right now they are also very trendy.
It is, and I'm sure this is going to make it trend even more. And speaking of trending, or maybe it's classic to you, the tab collar. Opinion?
Yeah, it's definitely a classic style. I mean,
Yeah.
it goes back over 100 years now.
It's older than me.
It's an old, yeah. I mean, just by a little.
Oh, wow, zing! Nice.
So, and now, I guess now it is.
Yeah.
I mean, it's returning for a second Bond film, so now it's becoming a bit more of a Bond style. Now that it's appearing in a second film.
Yeah.
It's still not my idea of Bond style. I think it's a little fussy for Bond. It goes
Interesting.
against what the what Ian Fleming defined Bond style as. Although even Connery went against a lot of that.
Sure.
But I think it's just a little bit too fussy for Bond.
Okay, and speaking of going against and maybe a little avant-garde style, let's move to another suit, the Sloop suit from Massimo Alba. Here it is. And when we saw it, there was a lot of people that said, oh my gosh, it's got to be the stunt guy or Christoph Waltz. Bond would never wear that. There's collar buttons, it's slouchy. What was your opinion when you first saw it?
Yeah, I was one of those people who thought, yeah, that can't be Bond. I didn't think it was Bond, but not for the suit so much as the button-down collar. The
Yeah.
button-down collar is the thing that's really not Bond. Roger Moore wore a couple button-down collar shirts in A View to a Kill, but he wore them in a very casual way. He didn't
Okay.
wear them with a tie, he didn't wear them with a suit, he just wore them underneath a leather jacket.
I remember that, yes.
So that is, I think this is something now that we're seeing. This is definitely Daniel Craig's personal style coming in here. I think that it is not really the best Bond look.
Yeah, and what about the suit itself? You've got the corduroy. It's a very light corduroy, but
I'm
opinions?
actually liking the suit on Bond.
Okay.
I think it now that we know that it's a lightweight corduroy and
Very lightweight.
not for autumn.
Yes.
It's not the kind of thing that what you think about corduroy.
yeah.
Now, some people will still always have those maybe outdated ideas about corduroy.
Yes.
This still is corduroy.
Yes.
It still looks like corduroy, even though it's a very fine one.
And I have this suit. We're going to be doing a full review on it. I have the tie, the Drake's shoes. The one thing I could not do was I couldn't get myself to get the Brunello Cucinelli shirt with the buttons. I'm getting it without the buttons just because I can't get into the headspace of buttons.
Yeah. I like button-down collars in a casual way,
Right.
but not in this context, especially not with a tie.
Yes. Maybe when he loses the tie. All right, so now we're going to go to casual Bond because, as well dressed as Matt is, he has his casual moments. Not T-shirts, but casual moments. So you see Bond in Matera wearing the Connolly linen jacket. What did you think of, first of all, the whole outfit? The Massimo Alba pants, obviously the short sleeve Henley shirt. Yay, nay, Bond, no Bond?
I think we're seeing more Daniel Craig than we're seeing Bond. The Henley is that's like Daniel Craig's. That's his go-to
It is.
garment.
Yeah.
The Henley, and to me, he did wear one in Skyfall, but it was hidden,
Yes, that's right.
pretty much hidden.
I think you saw like a little peek, but that's it.
Yeah, and he also had the scarf around his neck.
Yeah.
So we really didn't see the Henley there.
Yeah.
But here, it looks like it's something that's front and center. I mean, you can really see it well underneath this jacket.
Yes. And even the way he buttoned the jacket with one, possibly two buttons, that's very Daniel Craig.
That is definitely him.
Bond is a commander. He's fastidious. You would think that he would be, I know he's in a kind of a downtime, but still.
Yeah, people don't lose that. People do things the way that they do them, and I think people tend to not change much after maybe even after their 20s. Most people don't change.
I agree.
And I think that's something that has bothered me a bit about Daniel Craig's Bond, starting his journey at the age of 38. That's always bothered me a little. He's learning how to dress at that age.
Yes.
Now,
But he could be regressing.
maybe he's even regressing. I mean, it does happen. Some people do, especially a lot of Bond fans
Sure.
have learned how to dress better at that age.
I get so many, and I'm sure you do too, emails from people that are very young, 15, 14 years of age, who have found this, sartorial aspect of James Bond and using it to emulate. And then you have people in their 60s who said that I've been wearing one size too big or one size too small, and
Yeah.
find the way.
But even that size too big and size too small is very much a fashion of the times.
I agree. All right, now we haven't seen much of this outfit. We still can't see much of this outfit, so it's a challenge. This is my Matt Spaiser challenge moment. But the Rogue Territory jacket, it looks like he's wearing jeans. He might be wearing boots. He might be wearing sneakers and some sort of T-shirt underneath it. Looks like he's collecting his car in a garage.
Yeah, one of those things again. Now, I actually...
Very Daniel Craig.
Yeah, I really like the jacket. I think it's a great, tough Bond jacket.
Yeah.
It's a great jacket for him to wear when he's not dressing up, when he's really out in the field doing something really rough.
Right.
We don't know what he's doing,
True.
but it's probably going to be really appropriate for the setting. And it's just, the jacket has such a classic look.
It does. Yeah.
I think so. I think it suits Daniel Craig's Bond. I think it's going to be a great look for the film.
Yeah, and what I love about it, I don't know if you saw the interview, but I interviewed the CEO and designer, Carl, and he said that he actually used Tom Ford's high armholes to actually design his armholes and his sleeves in general.
So that means it's going to move well.
Yes, and it does. It does. You've got to try. Well, did you try mine on?
I have not tried yours.
Because I've got a medium and a large now, so you could jump in between both. All right, we're going to get back now to Matt Spaiser's specialty. Because I've always said that Matt has these specialties, then he's got things he's really good at. This, I think, falls within his wheelhouse. The tuxedo that Bond wears at some party that seems to go south pretty quickly. What do you think of this tuxedo?
I think it brings back a lot of the classic looks of Bond. So we're seeing something that's very similar to with the jacket itself. The dinner jacket itself is very similar to what Daniel Craig wore before. Very similar to what's in Quantum of Solace. It has the shawl collar and the gauntlet cuffs, which goes back to Dr. No.
Right. And this is another Tom Ford piece, correct?
Yes, this has all the Tom Ford trademarks. I mean, those gauntlet cuffs, even though that's a classic Bond style with that Moore and Connery wore, it's also a Tom Ford trademark.
Right.
You see that on the red carpet all the time, and that's one thing I really love about Tom Ford is that he's bringing this classic English detail back to people can really see this. It's out there.
I agree. All right. We're back to our friends at Peel right now, and you've got that sweater. I mean, he's in a commando thing, so maybe this is more purposeful as opposed to supposed to be fashionable. But what are your thoughts of the sweater?
I like the sweater. I think it's a very traditional English type of sweater, very military sweater, and that's what Bond is. Bond is a real military person.
Yeah.
And I do like that they're bringing that because. Maybe, I know a lot of people have talked about they want to see him in that naval commander's uniform again.
That's right.
That's not Craig's Bond.
Right.
That's not him.
Yes.
This is, and this is his way, I think, of bringing that look to that naval look to Bond. This in a very Craig way.
I agree. I think first of all, I know that they had a special color. It wasn't, NPL didn't even have this particular navy. They did like 13 or 14 different versions of just the color alone. They wanted to make sure that there was a certain amount of merino as opposed to cashmere and silk to make it a little bit more tough guy. But to me, this is badass Bond. All right, so then we have, and surprise, surprise, another Henley outfit, but this time the Messina Alba, what they call the raincoat, this kind of load-in, this green, I think they call it a green sage, long coat. It almost looks like a short Western duster. How would you categorize that coat that he wears?
Yeah, it's almost like a trench coat. It's like a
Yes.
corduroy trench coat. Roger Moore actually was a fan of corduroy trench coats.
Oh, that's a very of the times, right?
Well, so in 1987 there was this Happy Anniversary 007 special that Roger Moore hosted.
Wow.
It was for the 25th anniversary. So he hosted this, and I believe it was in this that he wore a corduroy trench coat.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Well, what did you think of it on Daniel Craig's Bond?
Well, you know what? I think that this sage green color is amazing on him.
Yeah.
It's a great color on him. We don't often see Bond in green. I mean, Roger Moore had that suede blouson in For Your Eyes Only in this pretty much the same color.
Yeah.
But this is, I think this is interesting. It's I like the coat. Now I'm curious to see how this works in the film. It's a long coat that he's wearing over just a Henley.
Yes.
When I think of, I would assume that this coat, that Alba had originally meant for this coat to be worn over a suit or a jacket,
right?
Because it's so long. So it has a very dramatic look, being so long.
I agree, and we don't know. Did he pick it up somewhere? Is it his? Is it not his? We don't know that.
Yeah, that's a good point. That he could have picked it up somewhere.
He could have. And what was interesting to me when I saw this was there's even a moment where they show him, and he's there's dust flying up from the other Aston Martin. He kind of does this little swing with the coat. But question for you, as Matt Spaiser, would you wear this coat?
Yeah, I would.
Nice.
I would wear this. I wouldn't wear it like this, like the way that Craig is wearing it. But I would.
Yeah.
I think it's a really interesting coat.
Now we're going to bring two outfits together, because to me, when I say Jamaica and No Time to Die, you see Bond obviously in the Tommy Bahamas, the Tom Ford, and the Sperry's, but then you also see him in his shorts and T-shirt. Now, are these appropriate for Jamaica? Are they fine, or is this, hey, it's too schleppy for Bond? What's your first thought?
Yeah, I think it is too schleppy for Bond. Too
schleppy.
Well, I think it's just too. It doesn't look like Bond, especially the T-shirt and shorts, or are they swimming trunks? Maybe.
Don't know yet.
So, but I think that is a little bit too far gone for Bond. I mean, maybe he clearly is retired at this point, but people. I think someone who like Bond, who cares about the way he dresses.
Sure.
Even when you're out of it, you don't lose your fashion sense.
He might wear like a terry cloth Guadalajara or something like that, like a nicer shirt over it or something, or even if he's swimming, for example.
Yeah, I mean, Bond was, when I think of Bond swimming, I think of Thunderball. You have the camp shirts, you have the polo shirt. Those are that's what I think of as a classic, really classy Bond look.
Yeah.
And to me, this isn't quite what I expect from Bond.
Yeah, and Tommy Bahamas. I think that sent a reverberation around the world.
The brand, yeah.
Brand.
That brand is not something that we would expect Bond to wear. But the look of the shirt, it reminds me of the shirt from Casino Royale.
Yes, a lot of people have said that.
Which,
in the One and Only Club.
And that one is also from a brand we do not expect Bond to wear.
Yeah, agreed.
So it has that in common with it.
Yeah.
But at least it does have a bit more of a more put together look, something that we would expect. The look is a Bond look,
right?
Even if the brand is not a traditional Bond type of brand.
And we mentioned the Henley. I mean, the Henley itself, when we saw that in Empire magazine, I mean, you even said, for example, oh my gosh, that says Daniel Craig all over it. I did the Henley review, and there were so many comments that said that I looked like a gold miner, like one of those people. What were some of the other things? It was hysterical, but it's not for everyone.
No, it's kind of right now. It's part of that workwear trend. It has that look that Daniel Craig has been embracing for a long time.
Yeah.
So it's definitely Craig, but I don't think it's Bond.
Do you think that we've seen everything that Bond is going to wear in the film so far?
I don't think we have. There's always something more.
Right.
We know that this is going to be an epic film.
Yes.
So there could be a lot more. I mean, if we think about all the costume changes he has in Casino Royale, there's so many different outfits in that film.
Yeah.
Whereas I think maybe like Quantum has maybe a bit not quite as many looks. Right. So there's no way to know how much more there could be.
And is it too early to say if this, some of these films like Quantum, you've mentioned it 3 times in this video alone. Quantum has become kind of this sartorial classic because of so many things, obviously. But even the jackets, even the casual wear seem to be a little bit more classic in that film. Do we think No Time to Die is going to fit on that end of the spectrum, or is it going to lean towards a little bit avant-garde because of what we've seen so far?
I think it's definitely more avant-garde, apart from maybe the slightly more classic fit of the suits.
Right.
But I think it's going to be a bit more out there. It's already not for everyone.
Yes.
A lot of people have shared their opinions. But I also think that there is something for everyone in this film. There's a lot of different looks, very diverse selection of looks for Bond here. So I think we can all find something that we like in it.
Yes, I agree. All right, I want to play a game. I love playing these little games that it'll stretch your creative muscles. So you're with your beautiful wife Jenna, and it's Saturday morning, not too early, and suddenly the phone rings, and you answer it, and you don't recognize the number. It's England, could be Peter Brooker, who knows? And you answer it. It's somebody from Eon, and they say, Matt, we love what you've been doing. You've been guiding like a Pied Piper all these people through the fashion world and the style world. Thank you. As a thank you, we are going to gift you 2 outfits of your choice, 2 full outfits from No Time to Die. They could be any of the outfits that you've seen so far, head to toe. You're going to get the shoes, the belt, everything, even the watch. What are the 2 outfits?
I think one of my favorites is the suit that you got.
Oh, yes.
That's probably one of mine. I do have a Glenn check suit already, but
could always use another.
I could use another, and that one, I think I do like the blue suit as well, the blue Glenn check suit, which is a very similar.
Which I just found out not too long ago is a 60% silk and wool.
Wonderful.
60% of it is silk. That must feel amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that I think. But I do like the that black and white one that you have. That would probably be one of my top picks from that.
All right, that's your first outfit that's gifted. What's your second?
The second one. I'm not sure. I do like the blue suit a lot as well.
So do you think it would be a suit? It would be.
It might be another suit. The casual looks don't do it so much for me.
Right. So not the Sloop suit or the long coat.
If I like the long coat a lot, but the rest of the outfit.
But then you get the Henley.
I'm not going to wear a Henley. You know I like to have a collar.
I do know that about you. Yes.
That always keeps coming up now after that. After we talked about that.
That's good.
But I like the blue shirt that he wears with the blue suit.
Oh, it's beautiful.
I really like the shirt with the cocktail cuffs, that longer point collar that we're seeing this time.
What about the tuxedo?
I already have a beautiful one from Mason and Sons.
You do. You don't need
the Anthony Sinclair one that I got
and
from
it was
them.
Basically built around you. So.
Yeah. So I don't need another one. Nothing can compare to that.
Yes, agreed. So it's the blue suit.
It might be the blue suit, yeah.
All right.
Because I do like that entire outfit a lot as well.
You hear that? This is his wish list. Could somebody? No, he's fine. He's going to be fine. All right, Matt, I wanted to bring up one more thing in this video, and it's kind of a fun thing, and we don't have to talk about it for a long time, but I wanted to get your opinion. Not a lot of people know this about you. They know about this, and they know about the suits of James Bond, and from Tailors with Love. They don't know that you are classically trained, and you know about music in a really dedicated way.
Yeah, in a dedicated way. I mean, my training didn't really extend past high school, but so I didn't go to university for music. But I do have a great appreciation for classical music and for jazz.
Yes.
Some of that probably might come from Bond a little.
But you know a lot. I mean, I've seen Matt in forums waxing poetic about composers and songwriters and connected and interlocked with the Bond history. You're a historian of it. I can say that with passing the blush test. So I have a question for you. No holds barred, no judgment call. How do you feel about the recent announcements about Hans Zimmer and Billie Eilish?
So, yeah, Hans Zimmer, I'm not thrilled.
Okay, why?
Because to me, he's a sound artist more than a composer. He does create some really incredible sounds. I mean, the Brahm, we all know. That is genius.
Yeah.
The way that he created that sound, and it's just become such a big thing over the past decade. So, he clearly has a great mind, but he's not really a composer. He has written some music. He's not a trained musician, so he's not. I don't think he has. He doesn't understand composition so well. Mm-hmm. Now, sometimes the sounds he creates are perfect for the films that he scores, but for Bond, I want some really intense music.
Yeah.
Something that's going on with the music in a musical way, in less of a just a sound.
Right. That makes perfect sense. What about the Billie Eilish news?
So after I got the news, I was like, "Who is this?" Because now that I'm in my 30s, It's not my that's not my generation now.
Okay, I thought it was just me being in my 50s. It's 30s also, and probably 40s.
Well, no, I mean lots of people from all ages do know who she is.
Sure,
she
sure.
has been all over the place.
Yes,
so
very popular.
yeah, she's very popular, and
Up to 50 million Instagram followers.
yeah. Well, that can only benefit Bond.
Oh, totally. Oh, totally.
So
Absolutely.
to me, in that it's a brilliant marketing move to get someone like this.
Right.
And I think it'll. I mean, Sam Smith was, I think, the similar approach, but I think this will do even better in that regards. Musically, some of them she has some talent.
Mm-hmm.
I would say that some of the songs I think are better than others. But I'm probably I liked how the old school Bond when you had the composer would compose all the music, the score, the theme, even the source music that you'd hear
that's right.
in the backgrounds of that Bond would be listening to. So I liked how John Barry or Bill Conti, Marvin Hamlish, George Martin, they would all write all the music for the film. Well, George Martin didn't write the theme,
right.
but he was involved with it. But no, all those things, I think it really connects all the music to have a single musical identity in a Bond film, which you can never have if we have different people working on different parts. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, Hans Zimmer has written some good songs throughout his career. I don't know if he's the type of person to write a Bond song. So, but I might have even preferred it for him to write a song for her to sing.
Interesting.
Like, the way that John Barry was always writing songs for Shirley Bassey to sing.
Right.
So, I don't know. I mean, I kind of I don't think I can really judge her until I've heard the Bond song, because people definitely take on a Bond song in a different way than they take on other songs of their career.
That's true. That's true. And I had to ask because I was curious, and I think people were curious about your opinion, and thank you for that. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Matt, first of all, thank you. We want to thank Turnbull and Asser for giving us this really great environment. It's not just for drinking champagne and buying suits and tuxedos. Who knew? Who knew? But and thank you, my friend.
Thank
for
you,
being
David.
here. I can't wait for what we're going to be doing in 2020. I'm sure we've got some amazing events and fun things we'll do together. And as long as we can keep Peter Brooker arm's length away, I think we'll be okay. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's a good idea.
Yeah? All right. Well, this has been David Zaritsky for the Bond Experience and Matt Spaiser for the Suits of James Bond, and we will see you very soon. Take care. Thanks for watching this episode. If you want to be up on the latest from the Bond Experience, just click on this subscribe and subscribe to our channel. You're going to get all the latest and greatest information, plus some exclusive content. And by the way, speaking of content, here's something especially for you, just because we know you. Talk to you soon.